Hello, Flosstube! I can't believe it's already March. February went super fast. But I have lots to show you from this month and some fun stitching mail and all my projects, so I can't wait to get started. But first I wanted to answer a couple of questions I got in the comments. The first was from Bevan Teddy Bear, and she just wanted to know about my daughter. She is 2.5 and will be 3 this summer, and we are super excited. She is busy all the time and does so much and has really grown the last couple of months, so it's been lots of fun. I was gonna say, if you want, I can make a video about what I do with her. She loves to help me stitch, and so I have done a couple of things to help encourage that and to help her be able to do her own projects. So I can make a little video if you want about things that I do to help kids be able to stitch and do projects as well. And then the other question was from Joyce Larson, and she wanted to know what I do about my schedule if I suddenly come upon a project that I just have to do and really am excited about something, and does that mess up my schedule? So I kind of tried to some degree to work in some leeway space, and I've actually gotten a lot faster at stitching and cross stitching the last couple of months. And so I've ended up with more time than I thought I would have. And so I have had some other projects come up as well that I've wanted to do, and I'll show you a couple of those. So when I do it, I kind of give myself a time limit. I don't do a real rotation like a lot of cross stitchers do. I just kind of mentally do it as I work on a project. And so I kind of say, I can work on this for another 2 days or another 3 days, and then I need to switch to something else and try and finish up my projects that I had planned for this month. I had a couple that were really tough this month to try and get finished. I just struggled with them, but I was able to get them done. One of them was 11 o'clock on the last day of February before I finished it. But it's been good, and so I kind of just try and work it in. If I feel excited about something, I think it's important to work on that, because if I don't feel excited about it, then I'm not as efficient with that project, and so I don't get as much done. And so I try to do it with what I feel at the time. So lately I've really wanted to just cross stitch and not do other projects like embroidery, so I've kind of tried to focus on that. But I also kind of try and think about deadlines and what I want to get done in time for things. And so like right now, my daughter really needs some new pajamas, and I really should be working on those, and I got them all cut out and have started sewing them, but haven't made very much progress. So March, I'm gonna have to do some of those, so I might not end up with as much stitching time, but we'll see, and see where the projects get that I have. So first up, awesome stitching mail. I love getting real stuff in the mail. It's so much fun. So I got mail from 2 people this month. Some of it is cross stitch and some of it's more other projects. But I got from Benzie Designs. They were having their birthday sale this month, which was super awesome of them. I got a pretty good deal on these, which is always a great plus. These are my felt sheets that I need for my Christmas nativity countdown, patterned by the Sugar House Shop. So I got that, have started to cut out the paper pieces, and will maybe work on these this month. We'll see. It's not scheduled until July and August, but again, I kind of just work with things as I feel, and if I'm really into it, then I think it's important to work on it then. And then also from them, in their cute little bag, I got the 3mm Pom-Poms, and these are for my birthday countdown that I'm doing, and I will show you that a little bit later. So these are the sprinkles on top of the ice cream. So I just need to slit these, put the magnets inside, and then stitch it up, and these will be all done. But there are 30 of them in this little bag, and they have some super fun colors, and have about 2 weeks to finish this, so I'm sure my girls are gonna love it though, and already love the ice cream, so I think they'll love being able to pull out the sprinkles and put them on the calendar. as we go along. So that's what I got from them. And then from Busy Little Bird, I got some grab bags of felt. So a couple of neutrals. I didn't have very much of that. Some pastels. Again, don't have those. And then black and white. Have lots of bright colors, but don't have a lot of the neutrals. So I got those mostly to work on my Jesus tree ornaments from Do Small Things with Love. We got our printable version hung up and hanging, and have started coloring those for Lent. But for next year, I think I'm going to try and have all of the felt ones done. Her pattern's a little large, so I think I'm going to do them about 50% so that they're only, about 2.5 to 3 inches. Right now they're about 5 inches. That's really big to me. So that'll be used for that and for those piecing togethers of that. Just for an example, so these are our coloring sheets we're doing right now. So I think I'm going to end up with, I like them about this size, I think. So they'll all be made out of felt and be stitched on. And then I got super awesome DMC colorist. This is the 4519 Jingle Bells. So it has red and green and kind of a maroon and then a brown. And have started using that already. My daughter's pulled off all of the little paper wrappers on them and strung them through my kitchen this morning. So I had to repackage them, and they've kind of been hidden since then so that they can't get a hold of them. So it was fun to get mail this month and to be able to continue working on projects. So that was my fun mail. And then for February, I had 2 projects. And finished one of them and got most of the way on the other. So the first one was the QR code Valentines. So I was able to finish these up and then got them all finished, stretched, and then got these little wood signs and blocks at Michael's and covered this one in paper and then has pink on the sides. And then this one was a brown one that I did some whitewash painting on. So super fun. I didn't get it done in time for Valentine's, but I will be able to hang it up next year. And really enjoyed stitching these. I have yet to try and see if the QR codes actually work. I probably should have, but I haven't checked. I'm hoping they'll be able to read them. So they're just little Valentine's messages. It should be fun to hang up next year. So that's the one project that I finished this month that was scheduled. I finished lots of others and did lots of other projects, but that was the one that was scheduled. And then the birthday countdown was the other one. So this one's really big. It's 50 inches tall. And I made some changes to what is suggested on the pattern. So here are the little number pockets. She had the pattern so that you just use one color to stitch, but I used all of the different ice cream colors to do my numbers. And then here's some of the ice cream cones. On the cone itself, she had just left it blank, but I decided to do some lines, kind of like a waffle cone. And then I also changed the colors just to fit with what I had already. And so there's a bright pink and a couple of oranges, yellow, green, blue, and then some purples at the top. Tried to do a rainbow sequence on them. They were super fun. This was one of the projects I really struggled trying to finish though. These ice cream cones took longer than I thought they would for sure to stitch on. But I think they turned out super cute. And then there's magnets back here. And so the pom-poms will get the little magnets and then they will just stick on. And not like that one since it doesn't have a magnet. But they'll just stick on like sprinkles and count down the 30 days before birthday. So super fun. We also really love sherbet in my family. So that's part of the reason that there's brighter colors and maybe a little bit different than traditional ice cream, but we are big fans in our family and that fits us a little bit more. So we'll have to finish that here in March and do all the pom-poms, but should be really quick and easy once I get started on that one. So those were the two that I had planned. And then I had one other finish and 4 other starts, 4 other projects, most of which were starts. So this was a March project, but I was able to get it done. So this is the Noel pattern by the Pixel Parade. I really liked it. It was super fun to stitch. The colors are actually a lot brighter than they are showing up here. So it was lots of fun. I really struggle with French knots. Oh, they are like the bane of my existence. And this one had quite a few, but they turned out pretty good. So I'm excited. Don't know how I'm going to finish it. I'm guessing I'm probably going to frame this one. So I need to find probably a square frame for that one. So that was finish number 2 for the month. And I think that is all I finished this month. And then I had a couple of continuations, and so 1 continuation and 3 new starts. Yeah. So I worked for a couple more days on the Halloween Cat by Durene Jones, and this is what it looked like when the month started. So I pretty much only had the cat mostly finished and then parts of the border. So I feel good about the progress I made. This is on 14 count white Aida. So I got 1 whole page, so this page with the pumpkin all finished, including most of the back stitching, not all of it. But I love how it totally brings out the pumpkin and makes them look super awesome. And then started on that bottom page. I again didn't get farther because I made myself rotate and work on other projects. But I was happy with the progress I made on that one. We'll see if I make it back to this one in March or if I decide to do some other things. I'm not sure on that one yet. So that one was a continuation, and then my 3 new starts. One of them I was really hoping to finish up this month, and then had some problems. So this is Silent Night pattern by the Pixel Parade on 14 count black Aida. One through weird. So this one's actually fairly simple. It's mostly just backstitch on the Silent Night, and I finished all that. And then stars. It did have a whole bunch of French knots, and I thought they looked terrible because I can't stitch them, so I cut them all out. And I'm just gonna go back and do full cross stitches in those places. So I have to go back and fill in that on this bottom half and have to finish up the stars on that half. But should be really fast and simple and easy. This was actually an April project, but is really pretty close to being finished. So if you're looking for some quick, easy projects, Pixel Parade has some really awesome ones, and they're really simple and don't take very many colors, and are super awesome. This one I think I'm going to finish up in a hoop, so if I finish it in March, maybe I will finish it and not just have a UFO, but we'll get it in a hoop. Probably will paint the hoop. I'm thinking a white hoop is kind of what I'm thinking on that one. And then the other 2 that I got started on, so this is the Quotes to Live By Stitch Along by Stitchrovia. And actually only worked on this 2 days in February. I got started kind of late. This is on 16 count white Aida, so a little bit smaller. Still is by far the largest project I've ever worked on, which doesn't seem very large, but for me it is. And got started a little tiny bit on number 2 and did a little tiny bit on number 1. Did not get any of the border or the title done, and she just released part 3 and have not started on that, obviously. So we'll probably try to get really caught up on this during March. I would like to at least get all of the center quotes done, if not some of the border. So that's the plan on that one. And then the other one I started, and I've only been working on this one 2 days, both of which are March, but I can show you since it is my thread that I got from Busy Little Bird. So this is the Christmas tree pattern by Durene Jones. And I have gotten the bird done and then parred up into the swoops. So I'm hoping in the next week. I'll probably only work on this through like Monday or Tuesday, so probably just another 3 or 4 days. So I would like to get as much of the top half done as possible, including some more of the back stitching down in the bird and that, so that I can then put it away for a month or two and we'll have a good jump on it. This one was a May project, so I'm again getting started on it a little earlier. This is a Irish linen 28 count even weave in tea stain color, or tea. Got it at Michael's. I get most of my supplies from Michael's and Joann's, unless I can't get it. And I think it works really well. It's, again, a lot more brown and tan than it's showing up. The sun's kind of washing out my colors today. But so far I love how it's turning out, and have never worked with the colorist threads before, but really like them. So I'm excited to work on that for a couple more days, and we'll see where it takes us. So that's kind of where all of my current projects are for the moment. I worked here and there on a few others, got some ornaments cut out for projects later in the year and that kind of stuff, but didn't really get very far on them. So for March, my plan, I have to finish that birthday calendar. Need it by like the 2nd or 3rd week in March, around the 15th, for my daughter's birthday in April, so have about 2 weeks to finish that one up. Should be a pretty quick one. I'm hoping to finish the Silent Night as well. Again, should be a pretty quick, easy finish. And then we'll probably just work on some of the others as I get by them. Really would like to make some big progress on the quotes to live by for March. And then my other project that had been planned for March was the mice ornaments, which I have with me back here. But they're just little wool felt ornaments that are little mice with costumes, and have made some progress on those. I need to stuff most of the bodies of the mice, and then they'll be all done, and then they just need their clothes, so those should be pretty quick. So for March, need to finish up the mice, finish up Silent Night, the calendar, and quotes to live by, and work some more on the Christmas tree for a couple of days. So that's kind of the plan. We'll see how far I get. I have a couple of work jobs, so we'll see, but as always, it has been super fun talking with all of you. I guess you're all just listening, but I've enjoyed it. And I love this community and how much everybody supports each other and is interested in the work. So again, let me know if you have any questions or material questions, or if you have any suggestions. That would be awesome. And be sure to follow me over on Instagram to see updates throughout the month. I'm just Thomasina Taylor over there, and I look forward to seeing you all again next month. Thanks. Bye.